Kales, and I'm coming at you with a July wrap-up on August 15th, because I can. So, a lot of things have happened to me in the last couple of weeks. I got a job, I got a haircut, and I took a break from making videos. Not intentionally, because I got a new job, and I haven't planned out my schedule in my life yet. So we're working on it. But yeah, that's why you're getting the July wrap-up 15 days into August. Who cares? We're going for it. I read 9 books in the month of July, a couple of which were for Booktubeathon, but again, life happened, so I didn't make a Booktubeathon wrap-up. The first book that I read in the month of July I've already gushed to you guys about, and that was Signs of You by Emily France, and I did a giveaway of this one. So congratulations to @JHeartBooks, who won the giveaway, and Emily France is sending you a copy as we speak. So it's really exciting. This is a great book. I will link my video reviewing it and the giveaway down below so that you can hear more about it. The next book that I read in the month of July, I also gave a 5 out of 5 stars because I just adored it and it was adorable. And that's called The Light of Paris by Eleanor Brown. Guys, I thought this book was a treat. It's a book about a girl who goes back home. She's in this awful marriage. She is helping her mother move, and she cleans out the attic and finds a bunch of these old letters from her grandmother when she went to Paris in 1920s. And it is a delight. It's about finding yourself and finding your life and your freedom and doing what you want to do and being a strong woman, and it's set in Paris in the 1920s. What's not to love? Also just very delicious writing in the sense that it's smooth and fun to read, and some of these passages are fun to read out loud too because it's just like, oh my gosh, this rolls off the tongue so well. So this is a great book. I really liked it. It was so good. I just realized I read a lot of local author books this time because Light of Paris, Signs of You, and these next two I'm about to talk about were all local authors. How cool! Go Colorado! This next one I'm talking about is actually one of the authors that I had on Book Battles, and that is A Week of Mondays by Jessica Brody. And A Week of Mondays is a book about this teenage girl whose boyfriend breaks up with her, and she has probably one of the absolute worst days of her life ever. And so at the end of it, she wishes she could have a do-over, and she gets her wish. And she proceeds to go through a week of Mondays trying to get her boyfriend to stay with her and just trying to right her wrongs in this Monday. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars because I didn't like the main character at first. She was hard to like, man. I just struggled with her because I was like, you don't deserve a do-over, you just screwed everything up. But maybe she did. And by the end of it, I really did enjoy her, and I enjoyed the choices that she made. Finally. It just took a while. I still recommend it as a light, fun read. You know, she gets the do-over that we all wish we had. We all wish we had those days. But I really think this was one take on that concept. The next book that I read was also by one of the authors that I had on Book Battles, Brenna Jovanov's Places No One Knows. Guys, this book is so weird, but it's so good. I don't know how do you describe this book? This book, as far as I can tell, is about a girl named Waverly, and she doesn't sleep. She's an insomniac, and she's also like a perfectionist, and like has plotted out her social life to the T. And then there's Marshall, who has a crush on Waverly, but he's like a stoner, and nobody knows he exists, really. But then all of a sudden, Waverly starts finally falling asleep at night, and when she falls asleep, she pops up into Marshall's life. So like when she's sleeping, he can see her and he's the only one who can see her, and they like start meeting and building a relationship through the dreams. It's so weird, but it's so good. And it's like, but they know each other in real life and they go to the same high school, and like, it's just, I weirdly related to Waverly in ways that I can't really explain. 4 out of 5 stars for Places No One Knows. Really like 4.25. Is that a thing? I like really liked it a lot. Then I read 2 graphic novels, one of which was Gotham Academy Volume 1, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was good. It was weird. It made me kind of want to read the next one, but not enough to like actually go pick it up. This is like an alternate reality where there's like a school like Gotham Academy, but like it didn't explain enough for me. The art was pretty, and Batman's in it, which is cool. Yeah, they like try and discover if a ghost is there. I don't know. I would say pick up another one. I thought it was okay. But then I read an even better graphic novel called Lumberjanes, and everybody talks about this book all the time on BookTube, and I should just have read it by now, and so I did. I really liked it. Like, a lot. I thought it was cute. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I just wanted to know more, and I didn't get a copy of the next one, and I thought it was weird at points. I didn't know what world we were in, but I should have known because this same artist wrote Nimona, which is also in that same weird world that's real but has magic, and yeah, so it's not really what you expected it's gonna be. But that's okay, and I still really enjoyed it. I'm gonna get the second volume because I liked it that much. I also read The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman, but actually I listened to this book, and I think that's why I gave it as high as a rating as I did, as 4 out of 5. It was such an interesting take on Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. I really, really enjoyed this book, and it was short, and I listened to it on audiobook, and guys, they did it like a play. They had sound effects and different characters, and there wasn't a lot of narration, and it was like I was seeing a play in my head, and it was the coolest thing. It was one disc, totally worth your time. You just get to see it, but listen to it because it's so live, and there's sound effects, and there's dialogue, and it's not really narrated to you, so it's like listening to a play, which I loved, and I thought was ridiculously cool. Listen to this one. I don't know how it would be if you read it, but I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I just thought it was really cool, and it's a really great, creepy concept, and I love that they don't have names, but you know what he's alluding to. God, Neil Gaiman is just a freaking genius. That's just all I have to say about that. Finally, I read the book that everybody read in July, and that is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling and some other guys that not everybody cares about because J.K. Rowling. Actually, I'll give them their due, and that's John Tiffany and Jack Thorne, and Jack Thorne actually wrote the script. So, good for them. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like I need to do a whole video on this one because who on BookTube hasn't? Me. I liked it. I was really happy to be back in this world again. I have some problems with it, but I also loved it. Yeah, liked it, she said unconvincingly. Scorpius is my new bae. I love him, and I want to has him. He's so awesome. I would read a whole thing on Scorpius because I could, and I think he's fantastic. Yeah, I'm a fan of Scorpius. We can keep him. Can we have a series on him? I'd like that. Here are some of the books that I read in July. I had a really good reading month. How was yours? I'm sure this conversation is already over by now, but totally tell me what books you're reading in August or what books you read in July. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about it. Until next time, bye! I was like, oh my gosh, I get it. And then it was hilarious because in the back, Emily Hanshaw, who's another local author, was like, hey, oh, it's Amy Hawthorne? What is her name? Hainsworth. Let's get it right. But then it was funny because at the end, Emily Hainsworth in the acknowledgement was like, is she a sociopath? I don't know if she's a sociopath because it could totally be okay if she's a sociopath. And I was like, oh great, I just found myself relating to a kind of sociopath. But Brenna said on Book Battle she doesn't think she's a sociopath, and I don't think Waverly is either. I just think she's really intelligent and looks at the world differently. But I don't think she's crazy.